Ever wonder what's buzzing right in your backyard in Rutherford County?
You're in for a treat.
From the tastiest restaurants to the most exciting local events, we've got you covered.
For those of you who are interested in the market updates, we will certainly sprinkle in all the information that you need.
We're sitting down with local business owners, event planners, and community leaders you ought to know,
Welcome to Beyond the Contracts podcast.
where Rutherford County comes to life.
Good morning and welcome to Beyond the Contracts podcast. I'm your host, Maresa Morrow, along with
Jennifer Hart of Churchill Mortgage.
with Parks Realty. What are we sipping on this morning, Jen?
Well, we are branching out a little bit and doing the pumpkin spice thing. That's kind of what I'm trying to do over the fall months. And this is the Wendy's Pumpkin Spice Cold Brew.
So we're going to taste it.
Yeah, I'm not
live.
holding up a lot of hope for this.
It
but
looks very
we'll try
dark.
It. So let's go.
Very, very spicy. Thank you, Wendy's. It's spicy on the pumpkin spice train. I need more pumpkin than I do spice, but we have others today. How did you like it? Yeah, the same. But we have things to.
Potpourri comes to mind.
Yes, that's
Potpourri.
exactly what that is.
Again, not my cup of tea.
Okay, but
We've got a couple
have a
other things.
redeemer.
Let's do this. So what is that?
This is, I don't know how to pronounce that, but from our local Aldi's, the autumn edition. Now, I don't know if you have had chocolate from Aldi's, but my word, they got it.
Is it good?
Pat. Yeah, these are truffles.
Do you remember what you paid for these, by the way?
Oh gosh, not much because I'm cheap. So we have,
And I love cheap. So
yeah, pumpkin spice, almond maple, caramel apple, fall berry. I would assume the pink ones are fall berry.
Okay.
That one and that one. Get that one.
Okay. And by the way, the two of these drinks together were less than $4.
Oh,
Is it good?
okay. Now that I can get into. That's the stuff right there.
Very good.
Next item up is Werther's pumpkin spice soft caramels.
So how are we going to eat this caramel? Go for it.
Okay.
You tell me what you think.
Okay.
Is it pumpkin-y or spicy?
A little pumpkin-y.
Okay.
Not too spicy. In fact, I don't taste any spice at all in there. And I'm fine with that.
Very
So,
good.
Those are good.
Those are really
I'm
good.
tasting a
Those are
little
good
bit
too.
now.
So
Not
there you
bad.
go.
Those are our PSAs, pumpkin spice.
Yep. And my son over here who has joined us today, Brendan, has decided to try the pumpkin spice frosty, which I would probably say maybe just a little better than the
Then the cold brew.
cold brew. Or again, not my cup of tea. You might
Yeah.
love it. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. So on that, if you all would like to get into the ground level of sponsorship so we can continue to bring these
Yes.
great ideas, let us know. We'll be happy to accommodate.
Yep. So you want to do a market update?
Yes, a quick market update. On the real estate side of it, we're kind of still in the same boat, low inventory. What I thought this week when I got our market updates was interesting that the days on the market averages of 50. So houses are sitting for almost 2 months.
In Rutherford County.
In Rutherford County. And what that means to the consumer is they're being a little more selective, which is good. We're not in that, of course, multiple offers. You had that mindset of, we've got to run out and grab this house, the first house we looked at, put in a big offer and hope and pray we get it. Now, my job is to make sure that your listing is attractive to those buyers that are coming through because of the more selectiveness. They're being a little bit more smart with their money, and which is great for the buyer. The seller is, I still get those questions of why isn't my house selling? It's not your house. It's if we've done everything on the front end that we need to do to make it attractive, to get that listing posted, the buyers have the option of being more selective. So that's kind of, that everybody needs to take a breath and realize it's going to sit and it's okay. It's going to sell eventually.
Are you seeing any multiple offers right now?
There are some markets that are definitely multiple offers. They're not crazy. They're not well over list price. It has to be more of contingencies and, being smart with your contingent offer. And the loan, what type of loan? It can come down to that. It can come down to earnest money, how much earnest money you put down.
Interesting.
There's really no way to know on the other side of that. But, having a smart offer going in, that's the name of the game.
Yeah. So one of the things that I read, I guess it was last Friday, after the Fed spoke, was there was an NAR survey recently done asking about why people are holding off on buying homes right now. The number one reason, you want to take a guess?
Well, I would say interest rates.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Interest rates. And the second reason was multiple offers. And that's why I was asking about that, because I'm like, oh, I wonder how much of that is actually happening right now.
Well, and NAR is National Association of Realtors,
Correct.
so that's across the board.
Yeah, yeah. One interesting thing I heard this morning, and I wanted to share this with you. In Nashville, the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment, $1,800.
Jeez Louise.
$1,800.
Wow.
Crazy. Just
Wow.
absolutely crazy.
I think our first house payment was 7 something, and that was
Yeah.
with a 7% interest rate.
I know. And then I'm quickly reminded by people that homes were much less expensive
They were,
back then.
yes, but
everybody always, yeah.
these interest
it's
rates
fascinating
have been around, though. It's not like this is something new.
And they will come down for sure. They will come down for sure.
Timing is the only thing. So,
Yeah.
but here's what, in my experience, what not just with this market, but over the past several years, every client that I have had that have said, oh, we're going to wait for one reason or another, in a year's time, they have that regret of waiting. Every single one.
100%.
And so, or they've done something, they've put off for one reason or another, whether it's interest rates or can't get in the market, whatever. They've always have regrets. So, that's something to keep in mind. Get a plan with your realtor and your lender, and let us walk you through it,
Yeah.
the pros and the cons, and see what's right for you.
Yeah. And especially in this market, sometimes the win is bigger than the what for right now.
Right. Absolutely.
And that is when to buy. Timing is everything, they say. And it's so true right now. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right, sounds good. So we're excited about the upcoming interviews. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with you. Good morning, and welcome to Beyond the Contracts podcast with our guest today, Jen Freeman with Haunted Murfreesboro. And I am so excited to talk to you today. Halloween, fall is absolutely my favorite.
Mine too.
And Jen knows that I really go big for Halloween.
Big time party.
We have a party. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, but let's get a little background. Tell us about Haunted Murfreesboro, how that came about, how long, all the things.
Okay, well, good morning, ladies. Cheers. Murfreesboro is my hometown, and I moved to San Francisco in '97 to go to college. And then I kind of just stayed in California. My dad got sick, unfortunately, in 2021, and I came back to care for him until he passed. And I decided to stay because it was so lovely. And I'm really proud of my hometown. But I used to tour the world with bands. And so whenever I would have a day off, I would find a ghost tour so I could find some weird history about wherever I was, be it, Reykjavik, Iceland, London, Barcelona, Savannah, New Orleans, all the places. San Antonio has a really great tour. But once I got my dad settled, I was like, I'm going to take a ghost tour of Murfreesboro. Like, I know the history because I took all the field trips as a kid.
Right.
And so I looked for a ghost tour that was year round, and there wasn't one. So here we are, Haunted Murfreesboro. So I was so fortunate to find a space on the square at 105 North Maple Street, which sadly I'm going to be moving from. I just got notice from my landlord that I have 30 days to get out the day before Halloween. Great timing. But
Nice.
I feel like it's just a hiccup and I'm not mad. I feel like wonderful things are coming. I've had 3 readings since then and they've all been super positive. So I'm excited for what's to come. And I'm really, really grateful for how my community on the square has rallied for me. Like, I mean, I'm honored. I can't even tell you guys. Like, it's just so amazing. So basically what I did was Google all the addresses on the square. I was like, I'm going to start small. The square's a good space to start. So I Googled all the addresses and things that popped up. I would go speak to the owners of the building or people that worked there and, kind of got more stories from them. But now it's to a point where people see me out on the street and they're like, do you want to hear what happened to me? I'm like, absolutely. So they'll come and tell me their stories. And then, gosh, y'all, recently I just teamed up with Paragouls. They're 2 lovely girls, Lynn's and Jordan, and they have a paranormal investigative group. So Lynn's also owns Electric Peach on Vine Street. And so they came on my tour Friday. We went on the 7 o'clock tour with them. They brought their equipment and stuff, which was really cool. And then at the 8:45 tour, we passed there because I have a story about their location. And then Lynn's kind of creeped out from behind the curtain. Everyone was like, ah! But she said, come on in. You guys want to do some paranormal investigating? So it was such a cool, just like organic thing that happened. And they have this thing called the Estes system where you put, I'm not a paranormal investigator. I'm just fascinated by the paranormal. So this was a real treat for me as well.
Yeah.
But they said, put on this blindfold and they have noise canceling headphones. And then they have this little device that you pick up AM or FM frequencies. So they just said, tell me what comes out, what you hear as it's going. It sounds like somebody's changing a radio dial kind of quickly. And so I would hear things like door, cold, Mark Spain Realty, just, random things. And it just kind of, yeah, that's right. It just kind of gives you an opportunity to give a frequency to spirits that could communicate with you. And I couldn't hear anything. And so I sat there for about, 8 to 10 minutes, they said. And then I didn't hear on the other side of the girl saying, touch Jen. And then all of a sudden something poked me between my shoulder blades, kind of like a sharp pencil or something, it felt like.
Oh my goodness.
Like, But it was kind of weird. And I've actually been touched
completely
before.
Fascinated.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're going to start adding that to the tours as well. So if you want to come and do some little paranormal investigation with us, it'll be fun. And I'm learning as I go too.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool how everybody's kind of coming out of the woodwork.
My best friend's coming in this weekend, and I'm going to try to talk her into doing a haunted tour this weekend. I don't know, Friday or Saturday, but I know I took one. I've taken 2. One was in New Orleans, and that was next level. That was my first one. I probably shouldn't have started with that city because it was intense. And then I've done one in Gatlinburg, and I remember when we got done, we ended up, the last spot was in a cemetery, and we were taking pictures for no random reason. We got back to the hotel, and we could see stuff on that was not there, and that was really something.
Now, I saw a post on Instagram, and I forget where it was, but there were 2. There was a staircase.
That was at the Tasty Table.
Yes.
That's a certified haunted venue. And that was from a guest that was on the tour, and then she sent it to me. I posted it, and then when I woke up the next morning, people were like, I see another one. And then a couple of people that are sensitive or mediums were like, I see like 5 spirits here. I'm like,
oh,
whoa.
wow.
Yeah. So again, I'm not that sensitive. I'm somewhat sensitive, but I'm just more interested in it. The Instagram, there's also a really great photo, Michael Busey, State Farm. on the
Yes.
square. He found a portrait of this guy that's like beard, top hat, when he was moving in there, and the portrait kept moving around. He was like, I feel like I should keep this. So
Oh,
he has it
wow.
by his back door still. And then someone on the tour took a photo 2 doors down from Michael's office, and I swear it's Uncle Lou in the window. Like, if check the Instagram and you can see it. It shows like a
Oh, for
white
sure.
building with 3 windows. And then when you zoom in, it's a guy with the beard and the top hat. And then it's,
Wow. Oh,
I mean,
wow.
it's crazy.
Well, we're friends with Michael, so we're
Yes.
definitely going to be asking him about those.
that.
Yeah. So, tell us about the actual tour. How
Yes.
long, where you go. And I know I was also going to mention, I'm sure with Murfreesboro being so big in an impact in the Civil War that there is a lot of activity.
That's what I was going to ask about with Stones River Battlefield right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so I only do a tour of the square. And, the Battle of Murfreesboro was fought right there on the square. So, and the courthouse was used as a hospital. Surrounding homes. There's the oldest cemetery over there on Vine Street. But our tour starts on Maple Street, and we have 30 stops alone on the
Oh,
square.
wow.
I mean, and this is like legit stories that people are telling me.
Wow.
And it's not, I don't have anybody staged to like jump out and scare anybody or anything like that. It's basically a history tour. Just some of the buildings happen to be haunted.
Very interesting. That's
So
exciting.
Do you do 2 a night or 2 Friday and Saturday? Is that when they are? Or?
It's Friday and Saturday because I've been doing workshops on Thursdays, like this glass coffin terrarium that we made a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
That is
That
so
is-
cool.
I love that.
I do too. You need those for your
I do
party.
need that. Yeah.
We had a death doula come and speak, which is, I wasn't sure what that was, but I'm
What
I'm
is
pretty
that?
sure I want that. It's, how they have birth doulas. So this
Yes.
is like a death doula. And before I heard Maeve speak about it, I was telling people, I guess it's like hospice with crystals, which is kind of the case. They just help you carry out your last wishes. They help the family with grieving. They help with any paperwork. And they're usually in teams. So if somebody can't handle something, the other one will pick it up. And
So like a
this is-
spiritual hospice kind of.
yeah,
is what-
which is beautiful what they do. Yeah, I thought it was lovely. And then we've had like a tarot workshop, a 5-series tarot workshop, which, tarot isn't like telling you the future or anything. It basically makes you think. Like you think about your situation. Nobody can really tell your future as far as I've had readings with. But I know some people are kind of freaked out by the tarot stuff. But, it's also really it's really great to use for creative writing. If you have a writer's block or something, you can pull these cards and maybe get inspired. But, so I had a reading the other day after I got my 30 days to move notice, and there were 3 cards. The first was a letter, the second was a polar bear that was halfway submerged in water, and the third was a ship that was flying in the air. So the letter, I think, was the letter from my landlord. The second card was I'm literally in a basement space, so I was like submerging from that space onto this like ship that's like sailing through the air. For me, that's a really good sign,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
it could mean anything to anyone. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Do you know
Yes.
where you're going, Jen?
Yes.
I don't know yet, but I'm telling you, my community has pulled together for me. And right now I have about 5 temporary options.
Oh, that's
So
fantastic.
yeah, and it's just, I'm just so grateful, that people are looking out for me, and I've this little community that we've created on the square.
Well,
It's just
I was just going to
wonderful.
say,
A lot of the businesses on the square, they not only try to do business together, but all of the events are, they have to work together. And then you've got the farmers market. You have it is a very community.
Sip and shop.
Yeah.
All the sip and shops.
And wine around the square. Everything's coming together. So I am so glad to hear that they have embraced you and really, not that I think that they would do anything different for anybody else. That's a fantastic shout for them to say. Yeah.
And wonderful organization, Main Street Murfreesboro. Like Sarah Callender and her team just do such an amazing job for everyone on the square.
Yes.
That's great to hear.
Yes.
That's great to hear.
So the tours, what time are the tours?
7 and 8:45. I may add some more, especially with the Paraghouls thing that we met yesterday to speak about. So I may add a later tour so we can also do some ghost hunting after that tour. So yeah, we're really excited, and I'm getting requests from people with like the beautiful mansions on Main Street to come and to do some investigating at their homes. And like a friend of mine's mom feels like she has something in her home that she wants gone. So I have a couple of girls that I work with that can make that happen. I don't know how, but they do. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's really neat, and the history of the town is just something else.
So much rich
Is there
history.
a place around the square that you feel like maybe more there,
like what's the most?
yeah, more spirits or
Yeah.
whatever hang out?
Sugaries for sure.
Really?
Also my favorite place to shop in Murfreesboro.
Yes.
Cutest clothes. And they have such wonderful like spooky season stuff right now too, by the way. And you can also get these awesome little mugs like this from Yellow Arrow Ceramics there. But they've got three spirits there. Electric Peach was where I had that experience the other day, so I know that place is active. The courthouse, I would say the Tasty Table. Evidently that block where Michael Busey is. But I always get EMF readings outside of marinas too. Now that used to be a place called the Busy Bee Cafe that was run by an Italian immigrant who was also in cahoots with Al Capone. So nothing good followed that guy.
Right. Yeah.
Do you guys know all the connections with Al Capone in Middle Tennessee?
I did not know. I do not.
I had no idea. Please tell.
It was about halfway. Well, it is about halfway between Chicago and Miami. And then he actually owned a home on Monteagle Mountain that's a restaurant now called the High Point. So,
I've heard the High Point.
I've heard that's really good restaurant.
Yeah. So he's been around here, and it said that Jack Brown's, it was Stones River Bank and Trust, that Al Capone had reportedly cased the place to rob it, but it was never robbed. So they got away with that one, yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm prepared to go down that rabbit hole now.
I as well.
We'll have to go around the square and check some stuff out.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
that's really exciting. Jen, tell us how to get in touch with you and how to book a tour.
All the things, website, everything.
The website is hauntedmurfreesboro.com. That's where you can get tickets. You can get tickets there. You can show up a few minutes before the tours and get tickets. There's also, I post most everything on Instagram. So that's at Haunted Murfreesboro on Instagram. And I forget that I have threads. I'm number like 79,000, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, whatever. And then I don't really post that much on Facebook. But Instagram is kind of where I post all the findings and all the workshops and fun stuff like that.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, we are definitely going to keep up with you, especially when you have your new location.
Yes.
And
we need to go do. We need to go do it.
I really want to go this weekend. I hope I can talk her into it.
Come this weekend. I mean, and if they say they're scared, I just say, it's a history lesson, basically.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Because it really is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. The ghost hunting may be a little scary if someone's not into that. So I wouldn't recommend that. And I think we're going to do 18 years and older for that.
Which is a good idea.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. And like I said, we've got 30 stops on our tour, which is incredible to me.
So wear comfortable shoes.
Right.
Wear comfortable shoes. Yeah. And I've got water and, we've got places to go to the restroom. I've got restrooms in my shop for now, but and then just come to the square anyway. Like it's amazing. We've got a brand new restaurant on the square, Burrow Bourbon and Brews, and they're open.
Yes,
till
that's been making the
11.
rounds. Mhm.
I'm a vegetarian, and they have a Impossible Burger. Yay! Finally, somebody.
Yay.
That's
But
fantastic.
Aubrey there is a nutritionist as well. But yeah, their French fries also rule.
Okay.
Good to know.
It sounds like a whole day to
Yeah,
me, shopping
absolutely.
and then doing, getting something
Yep.
to eat and doing the tour.
Yep.
I think would be a really good time.
I do too. Jen, we
Yep.
can't thank you enough for coming today and sharing
Yes.
your business. And like I said, I'm excited. I'm definitely going to do the tour, if not this weekend, sometime soon.
And I want to do it too, if I can rope
Yeah.
my husband into it.
We
So.
can. I'll tell him.
Okay.
So thank you so much, Jen.
We will. I would love
Yeah,
that.
I know,
we should.
it'd be fun.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Jen.
We appreciate it.
you.
Bye bye.